Hey Coda, how's it going?
Nope. I'll ping the server. Maybe that'll bring people in. Who knows? Or to annoy people and they all leave the server. We'll find out.
Oh, there he is. Thought you got lost.
Who are you talking to?
You're the king of this show.
Well, Thumper's the queen today.
Did you say he was the queen? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. As soon as I come on camera, he goes away.
Yeah, take over. No one wants to listen to me. They want to hear you.
How much did you make today, Thumper?
That was up like, what, 2,300, but I closed a bunch of positions, so like 5,100 realized.
Yeah, that's queen.
Yeah, but those have been like sitting there burning through all of March. Yeah.
Realized losses. That's a fucking name. Nice shirt, Randy.
You like that? He goes with the
Yeah, did you
chair.
buy another car and get a shirt for free?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I had to retire my last shirt. It started getting holes in it. More holes than supposed to be in it.
Turn into a rag after it gets holes.
Yeah, that's what it did. But hell, you don't get rich buying new shirts every day. Those things are expensive.
Sorry, I'm trying to make a thumbnail at the same time.
Do what you need to do. Get that next video up.
2 videos.
Uh-oh.
2 different channels, 2 different videos.
Oh, you got one going to the Hawken channel?
I wouldn't call it a hiking channel, though.
Why not? That's what you're going to be doing, right?
That's a portion. That's a small part. But yeah, I don't want people to think that's what the channel's all. That's all the channel is hiking. Where are you at, James? You're not at home. You're in a different room.
I don't know, same room, just different spot.
So I met with a CPA this week. I wasn't really impressed with him.
Get a new one.
Well, the problem is everyone I've contacted too busy right now. They can't take any new clients, so I'll have to probably wait till next year and let this guy do them this year. Yeah, I started asking
Because
him
tax season.
some questions, and what he wanted to do was refer me to a financial planner. So, yeah, fuck that. He can't answer these questions.
Sure, Ryan will help you out.
Oh, that's okay. I don't think.
You're posting this?
Hmm?
Are you posting this?
Yeah,
He's gonna hear you.
I don't care.
Better edit that out.
Nope. If I say it, I'll live by it. I mean, I like the guy, but we really just don't see eye to eye on most investing topics.
Fair enough.
I just cringe every time he says, you shouldn't expect to beat the averages. So I just want to just punch my computer when he says that.
How about I don't care about beating the averages? I mean, if you're talking stocks, I mean, it's it might be a little bit tougher, but unless you're, anyways, the options, piece of cake. I think Thumper just killed it with 1 week.
Yep.
Of course, he's probably been rolling shit since January.
I think out of all that stuff, only Zoom was a roll. And even then, like the break even was 525. So I think that was still like an $800 gain overall.
Pickings are slim today.
Yeah, I would have had an extra 1,000 a day, except I put on 2 Tesla puts, and then it immediately started going down all day long.
Yeah, I got 1 Tesla put.
I bet it's not one strike in the money when you started, though.
No, I'm Dave safe.
I did get a couple of call options off of it and turn those for quick flips. Trying to hedge those puts.
I put a Tesla and an Amazon right at the end of the day, and I had too much buying power, just not doing anything.
Oh, I'm way heavy with, or underutilized on buying power right now. All these safer stocks, they don't use any buying power. They just give them to you for free almost. I think I've got about 40 positions, and I'm only using 100K of the buying power. It's crazy.
This is Dividend Doggo. I have a question for you. If you've got so much buying power, like how are you picking and why are you not doing more options on the ones that you do pick? Like more share purchases for calls and puts and stuff.
Well, for me, I do add more contracts than I would normally add, but at the same time, you don't want to freaking put all your eggs in one basket. If something decides to go to the moon or go to the fucking grave, you're going to be in a world of shit.
So how do you limit it? Like, what are your decision making processes around it? Like, do you reserve 40-50% of what you can use, or?
No, like if I would normally put on one Tesla, I might put on two instead, right? You know, I just put 10 O's on today actually, and I normally would only do like 4 or 5. So I just put 10 on to instead. Because I just, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a depends type of person because it's going to really be dependent on the person and their size of their account and their risk tolerance, I guess.
Yeah, just about a month ago, I was real. I would not. It's what's the word? Not diversified. Anyway, I was real heavy in Tesla and
Concentrated.
concentrated. There you go. And internet brokers told me, "Hey, we're gonna start raising margins on Tesla," and I just had to start liquidating that crap because there's no way I could have covered the margin requirements with what I had on. So that's why I'm kind of avoiding concentration right now. I'm also just Tesla was really whipping me around. I would have huge up days and huge down days, and I'm just getting into some safer stocks just to let this tech throw its fit, and then whenever tech comes back, I'll probably concentrate back a little more in tech.
I never got that email from internet brokers. Interactive brokers might have sent me some, but internet brokers did not.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just fucking with you, but you know, tech has come back. It literally broke out of the downward channel that it wasn't really necessarily a channel, but the flag that it was in, like it literally popped above it the last 2 days. So, and Tesla had issues. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I think tech coming back, it didn't help.
Yeah, I bought QQQ a couple of weeks ago, and it's been doing very well.
All right, I normally always have some spies and some QQQs on, but I decided to. There's a bunch of shit that was above 70% profit, so I just took a bunch of shit off today, and then that, you know, opened up room to put more shit on. It's just everything was up, you know. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I realized about $5 grand in the last 2 days, just putting it in, taking it out, and these are on the really quote safe stuff, the Johnson and Johnsons and the Pepsis and Walmart, stuff that you wouldn't think it'd bring out that much. But what I'm doing, if it gets about 20% profit, I just take it out and load it up for the next one.
Well, if you're doing those, you got to be doing some pretty aggressive strikes.
Yeah, one strike in the money. Because all of them that are doing, I'm fine with owning any of these, and that's why I'm only doing one too. Because I don't want to be buying a couple of hundred or 1,000 shares of something.
Well, in dividend stocks had issues today. Like all those stocks you mentioned were getting screwed in the beginning of the day. They kind of recovered near the end, but
Well, all I really want is about 5 to 10% of profit somewhere in the next 30 days on them. And it's not really too hard to actually find that little window.
So why do that though? If it's still taking 25% buying power or whatever the heck it is, 25% margin, then why wouldn't you put something else on? Just go safer and make more.
Well, I'm just trying it out.
Yeah, well, I don't think the strategy is going to work very well.
You don't think anything's going to work very well.
Well, that's bullshit, but I just don't think that's going to work very well. Like you're not making, unless you're trying to wheel it maybe, but are you wheeling?
Actually, I'm going to be moving a lot of this to long term and actually owning the stock. That's why I don't mind if I actually get assigned.
Well, I mean, that's different then. Then why don't you come clean on what you're doing?
I'm telling you what I'm doing. That's it.
Well, what you're saying, what I gathered is, okay, I'm still in one strike in the money, and I hope it goes up, and it's like, well, you got a 50-50 shot, it's going to go up. If it doesn't go up, then you take, then you get to roll it, and you didn't say that. You didn't say you were going to take possession. You just assumed everything was going to go up.
Well, until they start not cooperating, then I don't see what the problem is.
Okay, so let's talk about the other side then. Let's say the stock goes down. Then what are you going to do? You're going to roll it? You're going to take possession? You take your loss.
Well, I'm not going to take a loss. It'll either roll it or take possession. Just depends on where it is.
So was the original intent with the purchase of the options to hold these stocks? Are you buying like the quality dividend stocks to try to get them at a discount? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I can go either way because I've got too much cash in my trading account. I've got $400K in there, and I'd really like to bring that down to about $200K. So once I pick up $200K worth of quality stocks, I'll move those out to a long-term account.
You want coma money.
Yeah, that's what it is. I almost went into coma a couple of times in this year, and you need to have it.
So what's the plan with the 200K account? What do you want to make with that?
5% a month.
I can say that premium, it's definitely dried up more than it was, 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, IV is totally in the
back.
crapper. Which makes it.
It's going to be a little bit. You have to be more aggressive to get your number.
Well, that's just a number to shoot for.
Have you noticed that number?
Yeah, like I'm looking at the stuff I used to play, and the premium just looks so little that I'm sitting there like, it feels like picking up pennies in front of a roller thing, or whatever it's called.
Train?
Yeah, that too.
Well, because I don't have the platform open, what's the VIX at right now?
Not have it open either.
$11? Is that right? I'm looking at the VXX. I don't have no. VXX is showing 11. That's nothing.
So what is considered really good to you then versus what is really bad as far as like your options earnings?
That's not really a question you can answer, really.
I mean, so if you're looking at, say, like earning, like I'm learning options, right? And I take a trade on Ford stock, right? And I earn 1.3% on that trade, and I close it out early and just take the profit of like 70%, which comes out to 1.3% on the money of, say, $1,100 that it cost me to get that position open. Would you consider that 1.3% for half a month on that $1,100 that I tied up good money, or would you consider that bad or like decent?
It's it's all good. If you
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's
you're-
good
if you
because
look-
I made 1 point. I thought that was a pretty good target for a low, trade while I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, I think anything north of 50 is good. Because it takes time to put stuff on and all that. I've just been letting it run to 70. Now, not everything I let run to 70. Sometimes I might take something off. If it's a little bit more riskier play like Amazon, then I might take that off at 50 or something like that. But there's no hard, fast rule. It's just because you took time to put it on, then I've been trying to let things bleed a little bit more. Might as well just let it bleed a couple more days, get that 70% out of it. Not everybody's going to follow that rule, though.
Yeah. When I'm looking at option plays, I look at like how much cash it would take to actually like take position or take the premium received and divide by the cash that it would take to secure the position. And I try to aim for like 1.5% a month in that regard to see if it's kind of worth it in my book. But I do that on like all the plays I look at so I can compare like maybe T28 strike gives me 1.7% while Kroger just gives me 1.4, then I'm going to put it on T because I get the higher return. So that's what I use to kind of look for the plays. But since I'm using margin, like the buying power that really takes up is minimal. So I can put on like 2 contracts or multiple different positions. If I put on more of those 1.5%, like they add up to be 3 or 5% a month.
So you're taking it a step further than what I do, I suppose. Or is that dictating what strike you go with, or you
Well,
don't
I figure
really
out
care what the probability is, or are you looking at the probability first and then say, okay, this is only making me 1%. This is not going to work.
I look at the chart first to see where I want to be on my strike, and then look how much that pays in premium if I was to put on the play. And then as long as the probability of money is at least 70%, then it's kind of like fair game.
Yeah, so what I was advised to do and what I am trying is 70% probability in the money, and then I'm trying to get like 1 to 2% somewhere in that ballpark, and that's what I consider like a pretty exceptionally successful for me, because if I can pull that in on top of my dividend income, that's just going to be fantastic.
So you said probability of in the money. You're talking about 70% of probability out of the money?
Out of money. Yeah.
Yeah, so if like 70% probability of being of like not having to get assigned
Out of the money. Gotcha.
out of the money.
Yeah, so
I'm
that's pretty
very new to
aggressive.
this.
That's pretty aggressive. I mean, to take Thumper's point one step here, because so are you doing math in your head? If you're doing a weekly, are you figuring out what the rate of return is and then timesing that by 4 to get a monthly return to fill your number, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much fucking work.
But I'm usually looking at a month out to begin with anyway. Like I buy my trades for 30 days and just let them bleed.
Well, what if you're only doing a weekly? Then you times it by 4?
Then time by 4.
That's too much work. I can make the script do that for me.
Then do the script. But you don't care about your percent return per play. Like you're looking for just the safe, easy money. It's like
I'm looking for all of the above.
He's got grabby hands out here. Just give me all of it.
I'm always gonna, err on the side of being safe than I am about making an extra 0.5% or something. I don't care. It all adds up at the end of the month, and that's basically what Randy's talking about. Thumper, you just do things a little bit differently, I guess. You're more of like trying to maximize your buying power versus how much return you're getting. I don't really give a shit.
But I think the key for me is I'm determining my price that I'd be willing to set at before I look at the options chain, basically. And then I'm evaluating, is the premium enough to make the strike I want to do work?
Well,
Like,
you're gonna have to. You're gonna
it takes a
have.
little longer to find the place. Right?
Well, I mean, I guess I might just modify the script to go with exactly what you're talking about here. I just need the calculations. and maybe do it off of like a 30-day DT or something like that. So far, my methods worked in January and February. In March, I made what, 25. I mean, came back from some losses or whatever, and that's just taking. And I don't know if that can be duplicated with the VIX so damn low. So that may be an issue. I might have to get more aggressive.
Yeah, I think so. It's been so low. I was out there looking for something to sell, and I'm going, shit, I should be buying this and not selling it, because it, it was
Normally,
20.
I've had 3 weeks of stuff on with up to maybe 1,500 premium for every single one of those weeks, and I was Dave safe on almost all that shit. I can barely get, like 500, 700 on per week now.
I hear you.
Fucking Johnny come lately.
Yeah.
Right?
November, December, I was having $30,000 in premiums out there, and I can't get shit like that anywhere close to that now.
Well, Thumper's getting it, but he's. Are you getting more aggressive on your probabilities, Thumper, or are you still staying the same?
Still doing the same stuff I've been doing before. I think my probability is probably like more average towards the 70% mark than like typically the 85% mark.
So my guess is that you would have been making, 3 months ago, you would have been making probably double what you're making now. But it still seems impressive what you're making now because, I'm pretty safe, right? So I think that's where the discrepancy or the confusion is coming from.
Can you explain the difference between what you're doing now, Thumper, versus like what you were doing before as far as the actual percentage earnings goes?
I'm still doing the same stuff that I was doing before. It's just I'm kind of playing some more volatile tickers recently, I guess you could call it. Like Planeteer and Fastly have kind of creeped up on my watch list, I guess.
I'm glad you threw Palantir in that risky category.
It's risky. It's a little overvalued right now. Long term, it'll be up though.
So the issue that I guess we're all running into, and we haven't realized it yet, is the VIX has dropped.
The VIX has dropped.
So the premium is drying up. So that's the issue. Which is kind of funny because QYLD and probably Newsy and Jeppy are all going to suffer.
So do you mean they're just going to suffer on the premium they're paying on the trades, or like as in the stocks are going to go down in value because of it?
The amount of income that they distribute. Well, no, QYLD is paying out more than they make, but yeah, if they're not going to be making as much premium, they're not going to pay as high as yield. We should see that come down. I guess over the next couple of months, I suspect that the dividends or whatever you want to call them, distributions, return, whatever the fuck that's called with those damn things, is going to be reduced.
And is Jeppy even a qualified dividend?
Partially.
It's partially. Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how Jeppy gets taxed because I've read there's conflicting stuff saying if it doesn't follow a calendar year, you're going to get a 1099 corrected, then you got to fucking file an amended return. It's like, I don't want to do any of that shit. But I came close to adding it today.
Well, I got to duck out for dinner. I will try to hop in here next time I see you guys on Thursdays, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can about options. But thanks for your time, guys.
All right.
You can also catch them on Sunday night too.
Sunday nights are actually pretty good for me, so I'll duck in here and see.
What's not going to be
It's on
here,
YouTube.
It's on Dave's channel, so go to Hidden Freedom Investing
Yeah, we do live stream on Sunday nights.
and subscribe to his
All
channel.
right. Now I'm already subscribed to Dave's channel.
Okay, well, let's go to YouTube and on Sunday night at 7:30. What is it? Mountain Time.
7 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Central Time.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, they go for a couple of hours usually.
A lot of people don't know what Mountain Time is.
Y'all are special.
So, Jerry, we're just talking about the VIX being down at freaking, I want to say almost record lows at this point. That it's definitely causing an issue, and I'm noticing it because I can barely get above 1,000 premium. You know, like 1 week, or I used to have it like 1,500 for 3 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? Like all stacked up, ready to go. And now it's like 300 this week, 500, 700. It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I've definitely had that issue the past couple weeks. I just, it's a struggle finding something out there that's at least GW safe. Not, trying to be Dave safe is even harder.
We need Biden to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Of course, everything he says is stupid, but I mean, we definitely need the VIX to go back to 20. That's ideally where I would love it to stay, is 20.
It's at 17 right now. It is at a yearly low.
All right, so the VXX is actually not in line with what the VIX is showing, I guess.
It might be the time to start buying some leaps.
Maybe. On what?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, on what?
I don't know. We'll do some research on Saturday, I guess.
I mean, you still, you still got to look at recovery plays, because a lot of recovery plays hasn't even recovered yet. We're not even there. Airlines and cruises and hotels and energy.
They've already come up too much to look, attractive.
Yeah, some of them have, but that's what I'm saying though. If we still haven't even fully opened yet, is there still a lot more upside to those areas when they actually start making money?
Well, I think that people they've already thought about that, because look at where they're at now, right? I mean, airlines come back. Well, not the business hasn't come back, or the business travel, and that probably will never come back to wherever it was, right? I'm never going to go back. So I used to travel a lot. I'm never going back. So, I mean, there's a lot of people in the same boat.
Yeah, I've been looking hard at some leaps on in some of those pockets, but it's hard. You're right, because it's how do you buy a Carnival leap now, and they still aren't even sailing?
Well, Carnival Leap I think we're good to 40 on that one, easy. But is that still attractive from where it's at now, right? 26, 20, almost 27 to 40. You want to hold a leap to me, it's all about, opportunity cost. I don't want to sit in a leap for a year. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit in a leap for 2 years. I want to get in, get my quick fucking return as fast as possible, and that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find a stock that could give me that, right? Not trying to get rich quick here.
Just faster than slow.
So if you look at where Carnival came up, because we all had leaps on it just not that long ago, a month ago or something like that. The time to get in that leap was when it was back was a 15. Now it's like, well, it's going to take a lot longer to get from 26 to 40 than it was from 15 to 26.
Yeah, that was a good play. I'm glad we did that one.
All the other ones that we talked about were golden. GE, ExxonMobil. I mean, we were all on the we're right.
We found a lot that we didn't play.
Well, genius.
Even Ford. Even Ford would have got you there, big time. I don't know what else.
2-hour discussion about, and like none of us did it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
I don't even know what else is down like that.
Well, KMB and Pepsi were good opportunities just like in the last month or two.
Utilities.
Con Ed is still cheap.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Well, I don't know if it called cheap, but it's down.
Yeah. Same thing with Pfizer.
Yeah, but see, Pfizer, I see Pfizer as like a opposite of a reopening play at this point. Same thing with Zoom, same thing with Clorox, same thing with, Piton, all those stocks where they've peaked. They're probably never, it's going to be like a year 2000 where stocks never reach those highs ever again in their entire existence,
It's funny though, with Pfizer, it's just like none of the COVID news, none of the vaccine stuff affected that stock price at all. I mean, you're talking a few dollars, but nothing like crazy. It's pretty trippy. Like, there's got to be some revenue coming up into at least the top line of Pfizer coming up pretty soon.
Well, I do have, that's the last remnants of a PMCC I have on. It's just a long call at this point. I'm waiting to get the hell out of it. And the thing just doesn't do anything. It's anemic.
Today, Knight Rider had a question. With a 50K cash account, would 200K inputs be reckless? When does it become too much? What about using stop losses or private takers with IB? Could that help?
What was the question?
I guess. If you had a 50K account, would be putting on a lot of plays to where like you're playing with 200,000 be considered reckless?
Well, I mean, let's use Jerry as the benchmark here. He's got about that account size. He would never go to 100% utilization.
There is some balancing and some strategic ways to get into these plays. I think I read his question, and it's like, he's worried about everything being assigned all at once, and that's just not going to happen, right? It's just you're not going to be challenged on everything unless, of course, something like a March 2020 happens, some sort of flash crash. So
that's your strategy, but he could be doing a different strategy where it could get assigned on everything because he's in, a bunch of crap that's all connected together or something like that, or he's too aggressive on a strike. So it's a question that you need to figure that out, right? For you, Jerry, yes, that's most likely not going to happen because you're spreading your tickers out across different sectors. It's not all in tech or something like that, right?
Yeah. I don't play. I do play some risky stocks, but I don't really call them risky stocks. They might be some lower price tickers, but they're not memes. Right, they're actual companies that make money. It's not just driven by excitement. So I think that plays a big part in what I do as well. I'm trying not to be heavy into one area, heavy into a meme stock. And when I say I play some risky stuff, I'm just saying it might be one position in one contract. It's not, because I see some people out there that are selling, I put 10 contracts on this ticker and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, holy hell, why would you do that? It just, they can get into some real messes. And, I like to play small and trade often. And I think that kind of helps that spread out and be able to take profits more often too.
It's like the Wilford Brimley commercial. Check the blood sugar. Check it often. Sorry. Yeah, no, I agree. I think he just needs to check his strategy. 50K, you know, like more contracts, less premium.
I like the less contrast because like you have the option, like you can double the position and move down a lot safer if you're rolling for bigger credit. But if you have like 10 contracts, like good luck adding more to help get down.
Why can't I add more?
Well, I guess you have the account size to do that, but like, I mean, for me that would be a lot. Like if it's in the money at 57 because like O decides to drop to 50 for whatever reason, definitely your contracts to help you get down below the in the money price. You know, bring up that probability of out of the money.
I think this is a really good part of this. If anything, anybody takes out of this, whatever the hell we're doing here, stream or chat or whatever, that's a real important aspect of your strategy versus mine. Which one's better? Which people, you know, how they feel, I guess, doing that one doing versus doing what I do. That's a fair point. And I'm not gonna, you know, sit here and, you know, tell you to pound sand or whatever the hell it is, because I think it's a valid point. So I should go to the 10% probability is what I should go.
Yeah, just split the difference.
Yeah, start getting a little bit more aggressive and maybe just throw on, you know, 7 contracts instead of 10. Actually, what was the probability in the O? The probability in the O was 10%, so there you go. Probably my Amazon, 1%, 1.9.
What was the Tesla? I did a 440, so it had to be like 99.9, I think.
My Tesla, 3%. I think 450 is pretty damn safe for 15 freaking days, 3-day weekend. I mean, I don't know what Thumper's problem is. That stock is, it gets anywhere near 500, people are going to be buying the hell out of that piece of shit stock.
I anticipate being able to close that Tesla put probably Tuesday, I bet. For about 50%.
Well, tech was up, 1.6%, or NASDAQ was, and Tesla was like, screw you, we're going down.
Well, for me, when I look at those Tesla plays, like I said, like I look for the percent return, and like T gives me a higher percent return than Tesla on those plays. So why not go with a safer stock?
I find that odd. I find that odd because when I look at the premium for Tesla, I can get down way down where I want to be and still make $100 or more than that. You know what I mean? It's like I can get down. I can't get anywhere where I want to be on that to make anything. It's 5 cents or whatever. You know?
Well, T, you can make $100 too, but like it just might require 3 contracts, but you're still using less capital.
No, well, T, you can make the same amount of money, but you're 50 cents down. You know, from where it's at.
Yeah.
Versus on Tesla, I can get way down there, like down where it's not going to touch, right? At all.
Yeah, I got that Tesla on, and it was really, I put it on today simply because there wasn't nothing else out there. And I just wanted to have something on, to be honest with you. Because I haven't touched a Tesla in a long time.
So what did you do with the 440 for? Just to piss me off?
Yeah, exactly.
There's his buffer.
Well, what it really made me mad is if you got the same strike but a better price. That would have.
Yeah, I was looking for that. I was like, oh, I'll let it go up. There's Matt Money.
Sexy Matt.
Different view here. You're muted, by the way.
I think he has this view because he's expecting somebody to knock on the door, some hot woman.
Nah, I was gonna say we can have an even different view if you want to take this to Pillow Talk.
Well, you got Cameron there too.
Mirrors on the ceilings too. Nah, just rounded up dividend income. I don't know that's not what you guys are talking about.
Brian Newsy.
No. Did I buy more? I bought some Nusi the other day.
I bought 200 shares today. I just, that money from the notes burned a hole in my pocket.
Yeah.
It's like so close to pulling the trigger on Jeppy, but the Jeppy's kind of, it's I don't know, it's an unknown. Nobody knows how to answer the question because I don't think that it's been out long enough yet.
Yeah, it's tough. Do you want the dividend income and the downside protection, or do you want?
No, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at Jeppy as another opportunity to get off a whole different index, right? That's what I care about. Not putting all my eggs in the NQs or the Qs and put some in the SP 500. You know, and it's a that's where I'm at with it. It's just.
Yeah, I can understand that. I would like a collared S&P 500 as well.
Just do it yourself.
So I tried that, Jerry.
I don't got that Dave's money.
Too much work. And I'd rather just throw it in there and be done with it. I'm already doing options account, right? I don't even do a covered call on anything anymore, really. It's just too much freaking work to handle all that crap, plus do this. It's like, just throw it in a freaking income ETF, be done with it.
I should just sell everything and give my money to Thumper.
Bumper, give it to Jared. It's only like 10% months.
Yeah. Should take some of your premium and get a haircut, Thumper. Just kidding.
That's a different view from Thumper. You get the straight on view.
Yeah, he's got a different view. Matt's got a different view.
Matt, you know your place reminds me of Boiler Room, the movie.
A boiler room, why? Because there's this. Wow, that makes sense. Yep.
Except Vin Diesel's better looking.
Yeah.
I was just talking about the nothing on the walls, no furniture.
I don't have shit on my walls. I take that back. I got 2 flags on there. That's about it.
This furniture is rugs. It is the. Yeah.
Alexa, hang the pictures.
Nah, it costs money. So does the TV stand, man.
Yeah, it was the TV on the floor that did it for me.
I told you to go get some cinder blocks.
Shit, mine's stacked on ammo crates, so fuck it.
50s?
Shotgun. So I shot trap skeet and NSCA, and with the season last year getting binned, I'm sitting on like 25 flats.
Must be single. No woman would allow that.
Oh, my wife loves it.
That's interesting. How would your Jerry feel about that? How would your Jerry feel about that? Hey, Jerry, how would your wife feel about that?
Oh, she wouldn't care.
My wife,
baby.
my wife came as a package deal with a treadmill, and I came as a package deal with guns. So, you know, we each got our thing.
Yeah, but that's a little bit different than stacking a TV in your living room up on ammo cans.
To be fair, it's in the basement and not in the living room. Yeah.
That's why. That's the reason you got away from it.
Yeah, the wall hangers with the painted photo of dead pheasants hanging off a peg definitely had to leave the living room. She was not a fan. Don't get married, kids. Don't get married.
Taking notes.
I had a woman tell me one time, oh, it's like, you need to go here, you need to go here. It's like, well, how do I find a good guy? I'm like, oh, that's easy. You go to a freaking gun range. She's like, why doesn't that work for you? I'm like, because every freaking guy takes a damn girl there.
I don't know which gun ranges you're going to in Colorado here, Dave, but my wife like walked out of one because the guy next to her was creeping on her so hard.
See? There you go. There you go. It's not a good place for a guy to pick up a girl. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's easy for a girl to pick a guy up there.
Show your wife this. It might have been Dave.
Definitely wasn't me.
Nah, he looked like he was 17, but yeah.
I do have oil skin, so.
I was standing right there. I mean, like, the kid was just creepy. Like, calm.
We scared Randy off already.
Nah, Randy's back.
It's like a net split on IRC days where like half the people leave and then they all come back.
You must be over 40.
Nope.
Must be close.
Close.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Looking around and
I thought about getting in Tesla again too.
Buy one. I'm not going to tell you not to buy one. I'd say go ahead and get one. That way I can beat you to the goal.
I like my TQQQs and
Matter of fact, don't even get the Tesla. Get a GTR like you said you're going to get. Get both. Hell, get both.
nah. I did do well the first quarter though. Not maybe not so much in options, but everything else did well. So if I can keep all the other stuff going, then we're doing good. Yeah, I haven't calculated options yet. That could be a good first quarter.
You didn't have a good March?
I didn't calculate March yet.
Realized. Keep that in the back of your head. Realized.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I don't know. March is pretty good to me.
What's your number one ticker that you played in March?
Olin. OLN.
Figures.
Damn gun nuts.
You know that one, Jerry.
Well, I wanted to buy that back when it was